That's a bunch. I'm fairly happy with that. Good morning, beautiful people. You probably can't see. There's light coming in at all angles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk out the door because the cold air is coming in and Buggy's not wearing pants.
Yeah, she decided she wasn't doing that today.
No. Some days you just don't wear pants.
Yeah, I guess. Toddlers, man.
So now that chores are done, we get to do some more chores. We moved the cow today. She's in her new spot. We're out of grass. I mean, it's February. We've kept her in a couple spots way too long, but it's better than her tearing up the entire property as we rotate pointlessly. It is too cold to have bugs and stuff in the manure, so there's no point in rotating the chickens along with her. Now, however, we will bring the chickens to this spot where the cow just moved out of, but what we're gonna do first is we're gonna harvest the manure. We're gonna grab the wagon, shovels, pitchforks, all that good stuff, and we're gonna pick up all of this manure. We picked up all this manure, do you know what day that was? And today's Tuesday, so almost a week. I weighed it last time and it had only been like 4 days and we had 334 pounds of manure. I'm gonna weigh it today and we'll figure out how much it is. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of manure. It's probably gonna be 2 wagon loads, heaping wagon loads of manure. So I'll quit yakking. Let's get down here and get a shoveling. All right, so as you can see, nice new, this is where we moved her today. This is where she was. The impact where the water was is absolutely horrible. It wasn't this bad until we had a rainstorm. We'd had her in here about 2 weeks and it was fine. It was a decent amount. I made sure I fed her the hay where the peak of the hill right here was a garden bed. It was actually doing pretty good with the impact. Like, I was happy with the amount of impact. And then it rained and she just completely annihilated the ground right here. And then last night she was able to grab the wagon with a whole hay bale that was supposed to be this morning's breakfast, and she was able to pull it from under the fence. And she just, yeah. I came out this morning and was like, what on earth? And it was like, halfway through the fence and the hay bale was all shredded and stepped on in the mud. And it was like, oh, she was just covering up the mud for us. That's all she was doing. It's all right. She was hungry and bored. All right, we got our load. This is our first load. Try not to get run over by this several hundred pounds of manure. We're gonna bring it over here. I'll put the scale up. I just want to get a weight just because I'm curious. All right, so that was close to 300 pounds. I bet you we got at least another 200 out there. We'll dump it in this bed because I want the leaching to go into this bed.
Load number 2, we're about to weigh it.
Okie dokie. 309. Just in 2 loads. That's almost 600 pounds of poop.
That's a lot of poop.
That's a lot of garden goodness right there. I mean, that's almost 600 pounds. That was 295 plus 309. That's a bunch. I'm fairly happy with that. We'll just pile it up. I'm gonna build a great big old compost pile. Some of this is mixed with hay. Some of it's just pure manure. A lot of this it got rained on, so it's really washed out, but it'll all compost. So I'm pretty happy with this. This is a good haul for just picking this stuff up real quick. Let's haul this up there and dump it, and then I can get on with all the other things I was gonna do today. All right, it is a beautiful sunny day. I think the high today is like 55. I have tried to paint these for the past 2 weeks, and I'll get a good day, I'll paint, and then it gets cold. Trying to paint this when it's cold, I have thinned my paint just so it's like, anybody who has ever tried to use oil paint in 20-degree weather, it's like trying to paint with Play-Doh. It's just so cold and so viscous, it just does not flow. So I've thinned it, and it's going on okay, but there is a certain point when it's just too cold. So all that to say, I have a nice day. I'm gonna paint. I am literally like half a side away from being done with these, and I can get them done. I can set them back up, cut all my corner pieces, and do all the little finishing touches, all of the stuff that I have to take with me and weld on down there at location. Yeah, so I'm gonna quit yakking. I'm gonna get painting. I'm so tired of painting, but we're almost done. Finally painted. Yes. I mean, there'll be a little bit of touch up after I put them together and transport them and all that, but painting here is done. As you can see behind me, I've already put wheels on the rest of the panels. As they get done, I throw the wheels on them. They're a lot easier to move when they can roll. I'm going to slap the wheels on these last 2 panels, and then I have to set them up as a square again and get the last little bits and pieces that are going to be separate. So I'm going to do that right now, basically get them as finished as possible. So I am very excited to be done with this project. I mean, this has been, it feels like 3 months, probably close to 3 months I've been working on this project, but here we are. It's been nice that it hasn't been a rush, even though I could have had these done before Christmas. Talking to Jeremiah, and he's like, no, don't rush yourself. I was like, all right, no pressure. So I'm gonna get these wheels on, and then we'll stand them up and I guess figure out the last lengths of bits and pieces that I need. All right, we'll try that again. I just recorded I just sat here and talked to the camera for like 2 or 3 minutes, and when I turned it around, I didn't have the screen out, and I didn't push record. So now I have to remember what I said. All right, so now I get to cut out my corner pieces. It's just a corner to corner, just a brace, just to keep it. I mean, look how rickety these things are. You get them wiggling and they just keep wiggling. So I'm gonna figure out corner braces. If memory serves, I had 6 foot offcut pieces when I built Justin's. So I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing here. So yeah, I really got eight pieces to cut, and then they're done. I get to take a trip down to South Carolina. These, get one of these and go out here. I'll just use this corner as my example. These pieces are mitered. Yeah, I don't think I can do this with one hand. Oop. No, I'm just gonna do a demonstration. Okay, so these will go. That's the wrist exercise of the month right there. Okay, not quite in this location, but basically just like that. I'll just clamp a piece of metal to hold those flush. I'm gonna buff off the paint right around where those need to be welded on. I figured that was easier than trying to figure out where stuff needs to go and tape it off and leave it taped off. Just buff off where I need to run a bead. So all of these corner braces will go on out there. I'm gonna lay these down on that table. I've got 4 to paint black and 4 to paint red. That way they go with each one. This is pretty much the last time you're gonna see these here. They are finished. They are ready for their new home. Next time you guys see this, we'll be headed down to South Carolina. So that's gonna do it for me for today with chores and picking up poop and all of that stuff. I think we have a vlog. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.